Renowned boxing champion Anthony Joshua began the new year with a high-profile visit to President Bola Tinubu in Lagos, where he presented the Nigerian leader with an autographed boxing glove. The gesture symbolized perseverance and excellence, qualities are deeply rooted in both Joshua's illustrious career and in the Nigerian spirit. That's how I make you welcome to today's edition of the program Talk Sport on Global Television. My name is Anthony Momori, King of Sport, in full flight, ready with all the big stories making the rounds, and I've got one of my sparring partners. He's been missing in action, but he'll be here to give us very balanced, deep analysis of all the big stories making the rounds in the exciting world of sport. And definitely we've got very interesting stories that's going to make your day truly sporty. But let's begin from the boxing arena, where renowned boxing champion Anthony Joshua began the new year with a high-profile visit to President Bola Tinubu in Lagos, where he presented the Nigerian leader with an autographed boxing glove. The gesture symbolizing perseverance, excellence, qualities deeply rooted in both Joshua's illustrious career and the Nigerian spirit. Joshua also spoke about his ambition for the year ahead. His primary target includes a high-profile fight against a fellow British boxer Tyson Fury, and to become three-time world heavyweight champion. Before meeting with President Tinubu, Joshua visited Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun, where he was officially appointed a sports ambassador for Ogun State. This ambassador role underscores Joshua's commitment to inspiring the next generation of Nigerian athletes and promoting national pride. Coincidentally, Ogun State enjoys a legacy of producing sporting legends, including Shegun Degbami, mathematical heroes, jersey number 7 for Nigeria, Falilat Ogunkoya, speed staff, and we've got a world record holder Tobi Amosun, among many other stars produced from that state. Alright, I just introduced my guest who is still getting ready, prepping up. I guess I'll give him 3 more minutes to warm up to give you more stories concerning Anthony Joshua. Nigerian born British professional boxer Anthony Joshua says his target in 2025 is to beat the Gypsy King Tyson Fury and become a 3-time world heavyweight champion. Joshua made this statement while speaking with State House correspondent after a visit to President Bola Tinubu in Lagos. Recall that the boxer on Wednesday visited the president at his residence in Lagos State. This was after he had visited Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun. He visited Nigeria for the festive season. The boxer said he was hungry for more success and would work harder to achieve his target. According to him, the chances of becoming a 3-time world heavyweight champion were not over yet. Joshua added that he should have won his last match against Daniel Dubois at Wembley Stadium on September 23rd, 2024, but didn't. Alright, time will tell if he can become 3 times world champion, and we're gladly and solidly behind Anthony Joshua. Alright, let's go to the round game. We call the King of Sport football, where Daniel Daga is set to dump Nigerian Premier Football League side Eyimba for a move abroad. Daga's 18-month loan spell at Eyimba ended last month, and the midfielder is set for a move to Norwegian club side Molde. According to reports, Daga has agreed to join Molde. Daga was instrumental in Eyimba's qualification for the CAF Confederations Cup last season. He failed to make the squad for the Waffle B tournament last year, but now he's head bent on going to Norway. Let's see how that is going to pan out. More transfer stories are coming away. Let's also let you know that another Nigerian star player in the French league, his name Gift Orban, will undergo medicals at Bundesliga side TSG Hoffenheim this week. Reports say Hoffenheim and Olympique Lyon have already reached an agreement for the forward transfer. Hoffenheim will pay approximately 9 million euros as transfer fees, including bonuses. Meanwhile, Gift Orban will undergo medicals at the Bundesliga club this week, and I'm wishing him the very best of luck, hoping that he will be able to get his act right and begin to pump in the goals for the German side. But just to let you know that in the 2024-2025 season, he came off the bench with Lyon trailing 3-2 against Strasbourg and scored twice in 9 minutes to win the game for his team. So he still has his scoring boots on and definitely will get the job done. All right, let's talk about Super Eagles goalkeeper Nwabali. He's in the news this morning. Just to let you know that Super Eagles and Chippa United goalkeeper Stanley Nwabali has been dealt a devastating blow, losing his mother barely 2 months after the passing of his father. Nwabali shared the heartbreaking news on X on New Year's Day, writing, "Rest in peace, Mom. Worst year of my life," according to Nwabali. And heartbreak for him there. This emotional post came just hours after he shared the 2024 recap video expressing optimism for the new year. 2024 was good year, and he says he was doubling up everything for 2025. But that's how life goes. Nwabali's father died in November, just hours after the goalkeeper helped the Super Eagles secure a crucial point in their 2025 African Cup of Nations qualifier against the Cheetahs of Benin Republic. Meanwhile, the goalkeeper's bravery on the field was evident as he manned the goalpost despite his personal loss. His teammates, fans, and well-wishers rallied around him, offering condolences and support. With the loss of both parents, Nwabali joins the likes of Victor Osimhen, who has also experienced the pain of losing both parents. All right, before I lose the top-notch analyst in the studio here waiting, let me drag him into our discourse. I've got Dixon, Mazino Dixon in the live studios to help us look at some of the stories we'll be looking at on today's edition. Mazino Dixon, you're in Red. That shows you're supporting the Red Devils. Nice to have you in Red.
I never walk alone.
Nice one. Liverpool. Yeah, congratulations, you guys are topping the English Premier League by default, I guess.
Well, it's a good one.
You guys deserve. You deserve.
They've been consistent.
Yeah. Would you say Abby's slot is simply fantastic?
I think he just got it right. I think the players just tuned into him, and fortunately, before Klopp left, he left a structure.
You just look at the political structure.
Then again, his style of play, I think, is a bit more relaxed and tagged it on. Klopp. And
it suits Liverpool.
It suits Liverpool. So you see that compared to last season and other previous years, we have less injuries. And the team is in place. They're in top shape. They are not burnt out, because that's one of the things that always messed up Klopp's plans to winning the EPL. Each time he would start well, then the players would burn out, then injuries would set in. And of course, Man City, that their last minute step. But this season, if they can maintain this form at least up until March, April, then they can say, okay, we have the trophy in our sight. But for now, it's still early days. They only 6 points ahead of Arsenal, even though they have a game in hand against bitter rivals Everton. I know Everton for them. It's about stopping Liverpool. That's what they're all about. So they really have to get that result. Then they're having Manchester United this Sunday. So it's a big one. They should just continue to maintain that standard. and not drop form. If they can maintain, like I said, up until March, April, then the trophy is inside. But trust me, it's not.
Can we say the Pharaoh from Egypt is the key behind also the success of the Anfield Faithfuls?
He has done very, very well. The truth is, I think what also helped Liverpool this season is they didn't play with any pressure. At the start of the season, nobody expected much from them. So
because they had a new coach.
Somebody felt that it would take him
time to.
So I guess initially the target was top 4. But so far they've maintained momentum and the knockout stages of the Carabao. They are at the top of the
Champions League,
on top of the Premiership. I mean, what more can you ask for? And everyone is playing up to their strength. And most importantly, Slot is using players in their best positions. You can see Gakpo, for instance, has been phenomenal. It's not just Salah. The whole front line has been fantastic. Curtis Jones has stepped up his game. I've always criticized him. McAllister, we're seeing why Liverpool paid that money for him, and he's doing so well. Gravenberch, the Dutch defender,
has been extraordinary.
It's fantastic. So, I mean, when you play people in their best positions, you get the best result. Because what Klopp was doing most times last season was that he was improvising because he wanted to accommodate some players. But no, you can't always do that. When you play players in their best positions, you only now adapt maybe when you have injuries or maybe you have a man sent off, then you now look, when I now knew that Klopp Slot had it right. Liverpool was a goal down and a man down 80 minutes into the game against Fulham at home. And yet they dominated and came out with a draw. That's when I knew that, this man has a point to prove. The players are playing to his strength and there's a lot to look forward to.
All right, let's talk about our own champion, Anthony Joshua. The visit to Mr. President, his plan for 2025, his target is beat the Gypsy King, get back 3-time world champion. Is that enough motivation for him to get back to winning ways?
It is, because now it's clear that Tyson Fury has been demystified. Usyk has taken him to the cleaners. They are sure that he's a far better boxer. If you recall, when Joshua first fought Usyk in 2021, it was clear Usyk beat him. The second fight, even though Usyk won, it was closer. And that's why Joshua was a bit upset when the results were accepted. But you could see the two fights of Fury and Usyk was far better. I've said this thing before, that Usyk is one boxer that is unpredictable. His size is very deceptive. He's very quick on his feet and he can absorb all sorts of punches. He's a thoroughbred boxer. Of all the heavyweight boxers now, it's clear that he's the best. So for Anthony Joshua, it's like an opportunity to rebound. Now the pressure of that all-British fight with Fury is no longer there, because Fury too has been beaten by the same
twice.
So they are now square. So definitely Joshua will now want to use the opportunity of cleaning up his act, especially after that loss to the boys. We want to come out smoking, because right now it is the boys, Usyk and the Chinese heavyweight boxers. Those are the top contenders now. So if Joshua can get one over Fury and Usyk takes out the boys and the other Chinese boxer, then
it sets it up well for him.
Because the heavyweight boxing division is a very funny one. I don't know how they do it, but
rankings can change.
Rankings can change, and of course, money bets also
plays a role.
So definitely, it's a good one for Joshua coming back to Nigeria to revitalize himself, to meet Mr. President, to get motivation, and definitely, I think this is a new year for him, and he wants to come out smoking.
All right, well said. Let's take one talking tennis as we look at the U.S. Open. Coco Gauff and Taylor Fritz powered the U.S. into the semifinals of the United Cup mixed teams tennis event in Australia on Wednesday. In the first singles match in Bath, Gauff got the ball rolling for her team with a gritty 7-6, 6-2 win over Zhang Shuai. And Fritz then made sure of victory by edging tight contest with Zhang Zizhen 6-4, 6-4, while Kazakhstan also advanced to the semifinals with a 2-1 win over a German team playing without the injured world number 2 ranked Alexander Zverev. Zverev was a later scratch for Germany due to a biceps injury. He was scheduled to face Alexander Shevchenko, but withdrew at the last minute with Kazakhstan Kazakhstan leading the tie 1-0 after Elena Rybakina beat Laura Sigmund 6-3, 6-1. Meanwhile, Shevchenko beat Zarev's replacement Mansour 6-7, 6-2, 6-2 to clinch the tie for Kazakhstan. While Zarev watched from the sidelines, Germany won the latter mixed doubles. Meanwhile, Shevchenko took a medical timeout due to heat exhaustion while leading 1-0 in the second set. He came back from the break to dominate the rest of the match. In Sydney, it was Iga Swiatek and Hubrecht who won their deciding mixed doubles match over Czech Republic to qualify, while Poland to qualify to play Poland for the quarterfinals. Meanwhile, world number 2 Swiatek and Hawkers beat Thomas Makark and Karolina Muchova 7-6, 6-3 in the decider at Sydney at the Ken Rose Wall Arena. The Polish team led by 5-2 before allowing the Czech back into the first set. In an earlier singles, Makark gave the Czech Republic the lead with a 7-5, 3-6, 6-4 win over Hawkers before Swiatek evened the tie with a 6-3, 6-4 win over Mokova. But looking at the United Cup, we're seeing world number 1s getting their wins. 2025 seems to be a very fair ground for even for tennis stars. We've seen Coco Gauff.
So much has been expected of her because
after her US Open victory,
many felt that she was like the heiress apparent to Serena. But the truth is, the women tennis is much more competitive. It's not, you don't have that kind of dominance.
But one particular player,
Steffi Graf, Monica Seles.
Well, Swiatek at a point 2 years ago seemed to be someone who was moving out of the water.
Yeah, but that's the thing, consistency, form, and the quality of opponents that are coming out of the female tennis circuit makes it very impossible. The truth is, that dominance that Serena had over those years where she spent almost 7-8 years at the top and there was no competition. Right now it's evened out. You notice that even if one lady stays at the top for a year, within a year and a half she's out, another person comes in, and it has been like that.
But it makes tennis very interesting.
Very interesting because it becomes very unpredictable, so you don't know what to expect. You might have your favorites, but at the end of the day, you see that you may just be proven wrong because someone else might come up and just steal the thunder. So this is a good opportunity to use this tournament to prepare for the Australian Open because that's always the main kicker for the tennis. Yeah, Australia Open, Wimbledon, French Open, and US Open. Those are the major tournaments. Yeah. And so if she can go all the way with this tournament, it means she's in good stead to give the Australia Open a good run.
Right, let's see how that's going to pan out as they get ready. Let's move on to the next talking point. We've got Rodri. We're talking Ballon d'Or award. That's the next big story we're looking at this morning, as Rodri has issued a response to Cristiano Ronaldo labeling the Ballon d'Or unfair after the Manchester City star was awarded the prize in October. Ronaldo had appeared to question the credibility of the historic award ceremony while he was attending the Dubai Globe Soccer Awards. The event had seen Vinicius Jr. was named the best men's footballer of the year, while Rodri had claimed the equivalent award at the Ballon d'Or in France. The five-time Ballon d'Or winner insisted that Real Madrid star Vinicius Jr. also should have received the honor for his achievement in 2024. Rodri was asked about Ronaldo's statement in an interview with Spanish newspaper AS, with the star labeling the comment as a surprise. Rodri had claimed that the men's Ballon d'Or after helping City become the first team ever to win 4 straight top-flight titles in England. Rodri did say Ronaldo would also have had issues, saying his 5 Ballon d'Or was, he winning the 5 Ballon d'Or, he would have also had issues, reservations about the credibility. But it's Rodri being sincere in as well. Yes, we're not denying that he was good, he played well for Man City, but is he truly sincere to say he's better than Vinicius Jr. in that season?
Look, for me, I'm ready to stick it with anybody. Rodri was the best last year. Let's take it or leave it.
Okay.
So this is someone that not won only the Premier League. He also won the Euros. He was the best player. You saw the difference he made for Spain. Vinicius, you've seen him with Brazil. What has he been able to do? What has he really been able to do? Yes, you're in Real Madrid. What do you expect in Real Madrid? Really, come on. You will know the quality of a player when he's moved from one footballing scenario.
It's Rodri not in one of the finest teams also in terms of Man City. We're talking about Man City here.
About Spain, the Spanish national team that won the Euros.
And is the Spanish side not a good? When you talk about great footballing nation, would you say Spain has not been a great footballing nation?
But we saw the difference.
It's not an underdog nation.
But you saw the difference he made in the Euros for Spain. He was the clear standout. You can see that Man City, they are struggling without him. What does that tell you? Of course he's fun. Let's just take it. No, look, you know the media, I'm sorry to say, but the media and fans, there's this mentality they have. Vinicius Williams, I'm not saying Vinicius. Vinicius is good. But was he the best last year? He was among the best, but he wasn't the best. Let's take it or leave it. If there's anyone that put his body on the line for Vinicius to shine, it was Bellingham. Bellingham carried that team for Real Madrid from the start of the season, and you could see he put himself on the line for him. Whereas Rodri carried Manchester United and carried Spain, and he
carried Manchester City.
Sorry, yes, and he carried Spain along. So you can't compare. Let's be very honest. I have a problem with Vinicius personally.
Okay. So that's why you're not supporting him.
I'll tell you one of the things that I also counted against his conduct.
But he suffered a lot of racism. That's why
provokes. You can watch those games. A lot of it, he provokes teams. He does it a lot. He's very quarrelsome. He's not. I don't want to use the word problematic, but he has issues. He has personal issues that he needs to address. Because let me tell you something. One of the reasons why some players win these awards and others don't is attitude. Yes, we know you are good. Your talent is not in doubt. Someone like Ibrahimovic, why didn't he win any trophy or any major award during his playing time? Because of attitude. Whether you like it or not, attitude plays a lot. It plays a strong role. And fans need to stop this sentiment. Vinicius didn't lose because he's black. He didn't lose because of any other thing. But simply that Rodri was just simply a shade better than him. And we can see it. You can even look at Real Madrid now this season. This is
without Vinicius, didn't the Galacticos struggle at a point?
At what point exactly? When he was injured?
Yeah.
Right now,
I'm just asking.
Look, have you noticed that Real Madrid has kind of picked up as Bellingham picked up? Have you observed?
Okay. Yeah.
Whether people like it or not, Bellingham is one of the engine rooms since Cruz left Real Madrid, because the main problem Real Madrid had at the start of this season was that that position of Cruz was not being filled, and so it was lacking. Bellingham has stepped up. He has stepped up his game. He has moved back a bit from being playing up front, moved back, and he's helping the team. I'm not saying Bellingham, even if you had Bellingham, he would tell you Vinicius Junior was the best. But look, okay, Copa America, what did Vinicius do for Brazil? Absolutely nothing. He was anonymous. He was just shouting all over the place, and deservedly got a second yellow to me.
But would that be fair if you compare the teams that way? Knowing that the Brazilian team in the last 5 years has not been top notch. They are not the quality they used to be. Unlike just like Spain, I think Spain also lost their golden generations, and so there was a time when they used to call them the near-miss team. They never always until recently. So if you used that to judge Vinicius, probably if you had better players in that shirt, he would have done better.
You have sound like a real advocate.
I'm a Galactico. Alright, that's but I'm just trying to plead the case of Vinicius, to see if there's somewhere. But for FIFA to have given him that FIFA Best Player award, was it
because you're on social media, everybody says FIFA is biased, is for Messi. There's another joke that FIFA rigged the World Cup for Messi to win. That's what they didn't want. But no, look. I'm not doubting Vinicius' capacity. But like I said, he still has rough edges to his game. I guess maybe this argument would not even have sufficed if Rodri was not injured. Because if Rodri was still playing, he wasn't injured the time he was injured and he's out for the rest of the season, then we would have really been able to understand why. Because let me tell you the truth, if you ask most coaches, let me tell you how most coaches vote. It's not just about the quality, but they ask, okay, this player, who you have in your team and why? And they will tell you, okay, I want Rodri because he can hold the midfield, he can link up the defense with the attack, he can open up spaces. You know, those are the kind of things they look at. That's one of the things Messi, that's why till tomorrow when the rest of Messi Ronaldo debate comes in, Messi will always outwit Ronaldo. Because why? If you bring any coach, majority of them will pick Messi because Messi gives you more options. Messi involves himself in the game. Messi carries the team. Messi brings something extra even at his age. You see it. Ronaldo is a good scorer, no doubt. He's a hard worker. He's very fit. You can't take it playing at 39, age of 39 in 40 degrees Celsius and still banging in goals. Yes, but for a coach from a tactical perspective, you will pick Messi. Same way, from the tactical perspective, you are likely going to go for God because Vinicius can be caged. We've seen it. Vinicius can be caged, and once you cage him, there's nothing you can do. Is that he will get irritated and there will be a scuffle or there will be cards flying. So who would you pick? Of course you pick Rodri.
Alright, Rodri is the man. As we stay in Spain, like they say when he reigns in Spain, he pause. We're talking the Galacticos as Real Madrid have not fully given up signing Trent Alexander-Arnold this month and are considering testing Liverpool's unresolved game. In the coming weeks, the Spanish and European champions made an approach to Liverpool on New Year's Eve to sign out of contracts right back in January. But let's go for a quick break. When we return, we'll be talking about this big transfer news. After this break, stay with us. Still in Spain as we look at big stories about the Galacticos and they are desperate to have Alexander-Arnold over the line this January transfer window. Let's look at the Galacticos. How much do they need Trent Alexander-Arnold? And Liverpool saying no, they would not sell. Do they really need him, or they're just finally discovering how important he is just because he's leaving? Just like when you love when he's leaving, you tend to miss them more and value them more.
You see, at this point in time, let's be very honest. Trent has achieved virtually everything with Liverpool. So if Real Madrid come for him now, it's understandable. I'm a Liverpool fan, but I accept the fact that there are times when a player has given you everything. You won FA Cup, you won Cup,
Champions League,
World Cup, you won Champions League, then you won the Premier League. There's really nothing else to prove, really. So I think what Liverpool wants to do is they want him to stay at least to the end of the season. The mistake they made is they should have started negotiating from the beginning of the season. They did not. And I blame the American owners. The American owners are sometimes very stubborn. They've done the same thing with Mo Salah. They've done the same thing with Van Dijk. And the quick reason is why? Why? You ask yourself, why waste so much time? I can tell you Real Madrid, they need him for two reasons. footballing reasons and commercial reasons. He's British, he's English, whether you like it or not. When you have an English player in Real Madrid playing for in Spain, there is always attention and the marketing whatever. So definitely, and Alexander Arnold is a very good player. He can play as a right back. He can play as a winger. He can play from the middle. So if he comes to Real Madrid, he will definitely bring in something different. There's no doubt about it. Set plays, through passes, whipped in crosses, shots from outside the 18 and whatever. So definitely, he's an asset for Liverpool. Well, too bad, I have to say it.
But do you think finally they're going to let him go?
There's no, of course they won't let him go this season. Now that would be really, why would Liverpool sell him in January? It doesn't make sense.
But wouldn't because the way it looks in the last few games, Alex Arnold has played. We could see him when he's celebrating. He's giving us signals like to say call for a call from the articles. Given like his heart is already there.
It will be a call. Okay, I want the contract. Let's contract talks happen. You can't tell. There's no doubt that Marca in Spain, they are Real Madrid. That medium is always Real Madrid. So they always throw in all those innuendos. Oh, he's unsettled. Oh, there's tension just to wake up.
To make the transfer business come
they
quick.
always do that. So I won't be surprised. They are the ones orchestrating this thing. Yes, I agree.
But like the player is already unsettled because his mind is in.
He can go at the end of the season. Now, let me tell you, for Liverpool fans, if he stays to the end of the season and Liverpool wins and he goes, fair and done. But if he goes in January, it will be the biggest betrayal because he's someone. He's a Scouser. He was born and raised in Liverpool, so he's not like someone who was bought from another team. He rose through the ranks, a pure Liverpoolian. And as is expected, even if you want to leave, you leave with honor. That's why today, Michael Owen, I'm sorry to say, yes, he won Premier League with Manchester United, but is he a legend anyway? The answer is no, because of the manner he left. And you went to I'm sorry to say, you went to the enemy, Manchester United.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, of course. But for Liverpool, Real Madrid is not an enemy, but the timing is the issue now. We have to accept it that we messed up. We should have immediately the season ended. Even if you wanted slots to settle in, you should have prioritized keeping your key players. It seems the owners were more interested in seeing how far. Look, let me just put it this way. The Liverpool owners are very stingy with money. That's a fact. They don't like to spend money. They rather make money. Now, if you were so keen on making money, you could have negotiated an extension.
Put a clause.
A clause so that you know that, okay, even if they're not going to make anything from it now. It's going to walk away free, man, and it's all on them. The same thing PSG tried to do with Mbappe when he was trying to leave for Real Madrid.
Yeah, they delayed and lost him for.
Liverpool should have done that. They should have given him a mouth-watering contract so that by the time Real Madrid comes, you negotiate. But now Liverpool is at a disadvantage. If he doesn't go now, it will be because of moral reasons. Okay, I cannot abandon the team in the middle of this very interesting season where we are competing for everything. It will be silly. So in all of this, I blame Liverpool. They were arrogant. They felt cocky. They seem to be more interested in let's see what Slot can do. Now you've seen what Slot can do, but Trent is going out the window. And I'm happy they're already looking for Frimpong in Leverkusen and even Alaba in Real Madrid. They are ready to. No, sorry, in what's his name? Davis in Bayern Munich. So it's okay. Let it come and let's see what happens.
Alright, let's move on to last night. It was Arsenal blowing Brentford out of the water. 3-1, the Gunners didn't win that game, but one man who has the Nigerian name through his name, Nathan Wandery, was the star of the show as he filled the gap left by Bukayo Saka. Do you think Arsenal that's win this morning for Nigerians now? That's playing for the English national team.
It's looking good. So Wandery didn't do badly at all.
Well, is this someone the Super Eagles can stay caught?
Well, he has not played for the England.
Yes.
So yes, they can. But
but do you think it's a flash in the pan?
It's left to be seen if he can maintain this form. Because I know once Saka comes back, he will be used more in cup games. All this Carabao, the FA Cup,
Cups, French tournament.
So if he can keep that momentum going, why not? Definitely, he should have a look in. But for the Super Eagles, I know our problem is it's not the attack, it's the middle. You understand? So Waneri will just be another added attacker. We have more than enough attackers, really. So, but definitely he's a Nigerian and you want him to play for your country. So why not? But so far so good. I watched the game yesterday and Arsenal, they are really making this a habit. This is their corner kick. There's this one joke now on social media that one is a corner kick is given to Arsenal. It's a mass celebration because it's believed that it's a goal. It's working out for them. It was a pinpoint. The ball was bouncing all around and someone nicked it in and they had the lead after they were the goal down. Then the 3-1. It was a good one. It was a good one. But you know, the Arsenal we've gotten used to over the years. They play free-flowing football. But now Arteta is also showing you that they can also go back to that their old style. If you remember the original Arsenal, many fans don't know this, but the original Arsenal of the 90s, difficult. Corner kick, go. Free kick, go. Game over. You could not break through that.
That's yeah.
It was Wenger that changed everything. Graham Taylor was the one that made Arsenal gritty. Like they played real high school. I call it culture camp English football. You couldn't pass through Lee Dixon, Tony Adams.
Yeah, Tony Adams
was impregnable. So what Arteta has done is he's bringing back some of that old tradition of Arsenal that the Gen Zs have not seen. They didn't grow up to see. They're just used to that free flow. So what Arsenal has done is, depending on the team they meet, they change tactics. So if it's a team that is free flowing, they come out all guns blazing. But if it's a strong team, they go long, as they say, and it worked for them. They are 6 points behind Liverpool and they are now second place. So definitely they are in with a shout out for the Premier League title.
Alright, so let's look about Arsenal fans. They're next in as our talking point. They're looking at Arsenal fans. They talked about David Raya. He's a mistake against Brentford. Do you think Raya has come to stay now? In the beginning, we all thought it was because he was Spanish alongside Mikel Arteta. That was why he had more faith in him, because he also did commit some blunders, like Ramsdale at a point, but he still had the nod of the coach.
He did, because he has one thing over Ramsdale, and that is the footwork. You know, the current coaches of today, they initiate attacks from the back. If you watched one move he made, one throw, he gave one raking throw that was like a through pass, and it set Arsenal on goal and they could have scored. Fine, that goal could have, I mean, the way Mboma moved with the ball, you know, you would think he was going to cross. So he was trying to prepare for that, but Mboma decided to take it to his left. So by the time he took it, he had already moved a yard or 2 more. So I mean, it can that's not. After all, what would you say about the goal line save he made? That was already going in for. If that goal had gone in, this one on the screen, if it had gone in, that would have been the end of the game. There's no way Arsenal would have come back. But he managed to just keep it out, and that's, come on. Someone that is playing for Spain, won Euros. What are they talking about? They should calm down. Look, maybe I believe some of those fans, maybe our Ramsdale fans, are bitter. Well, too bad. Raya is better. Let's just take it. He did well.
Alright, let's move on. We're talking Casemiro this morning as Manchester United midfielder Casemiro is attracting fresh interest from Saudi Arabian clubs Al Nassr and Al Ittihad also were keen on the 32-year-old last summer. However, most Saudi clubs have their full quota of foreign players now and need to sell this month before they can bring in new recruits. United would sell the Brazilian, who is one of the club's highest earners. Casemiro, let's look at him. Is it time for him to leave United?
I think so. And look, for all he has done for the game, I don't think it's fair for fans to now criticize him for whatever is happening. There is definitely a meltdown in Manchester United.
That seems to affect everyone.
It is clear now that it is not a coaching matter. I said this thing the last time I was here, that Manchester United's problem is institutionally inbuilt, and you can see Amorim tried to kick off, but look at what has happened now. So the
recruitment. Institutional, I want to say, for me, I feel it's more of the playing staff not being good enough.
Precisely. You know, institution, when you talk about institutions, it's run by people. So when you don't have the right people to bring in the right kind of culture with the results, this is what happens. I give an example. Look at Wolverhampton. Coach Vitor Vieira just basically came in about a week and a half ago. But look at, they have reacted. You might say, okay, because it's Portuguese and the bulk of
Portuguese and Spanish, yeah.
They kicked him. But Amorim came in with a plan. And it was going slowly. They got that victory over Manchester City, and you felt that, okay, fine, Manchester City, they are having their own
crisis
moment. But Manchester United now, this was a turning point. But look at what has happened now. 3 losses. And now they're going to play. But don't be deceived. Now they're going to play Liverpool. Don't be surprised that game ends in a draw or if Man U wins. Because it's much that DNA of Man U comes out. Forget it, I'm not trying to... I'm not Liverpool, but I have to say it. Manchester United, this is what they have over teams like Arsenal. When the chips are down, even if they have a team that is shattered, that thing comes through. And so don't be surprised, like I said, that game against Liverpool might either end in a goalless draw, a 1-1 draw, or even Man U can win. But on paper, we'll say Liverpool should tear them up
as well, obviously.
If they can get that
but
result.
If we go the other route, they get one of 6-0, for instance, by Liverpool, would that be the best thing that happened to Mourinho? As he gives him the opportunity to throw the ball early, he's telling the ball he needs a striker. Will this be the chance for them to clear out dead woods?
It is now or never. This is the time to start massive clear out. I think, sincerely, in fairness to Mourinho, maybe he sounded overly optimistic at the beginning. It's Portuguese and they are both naturally competent people. But the thing is, I think the problems are deeper. Look at Zidane now. He wants to leave. I understand. He was cheered when they were substituted in the last week against Newcastle. He was cheered and he cried in the tunnel. So I tell you that, look, it's a very big problem and it is beyond the coach. And it's one thing I'm happy that Manchester United cannot, of course, forget it, they cannot be relegated, but they are not competing at the moment. It's very clear. But if they can finish in a respectable position in the table, get far with Carabao, FA Cup or Europa, win something, then they can now carry out the wholesale clear out of that, because there's
at least 7 players out,
if not more, because these are not Amorim's
the kind of players.
He has a playing style that has worked for him in Portugal. So if Manchester United really want to be fair to him, they should allow this season just stay safe or possibly finish within
top 4.
If they can't get top 4, at least Europe, there may be Europa. Focus on Europa. If they can throw in everything and win it, then they have a route into the Champions League. Because whether I like it or not, Manchester United is a legacy team. They brought so much to football. They promoted the English game after it was locked out in the late 80s and early 90s. They brought it back to the European map. So it's only right as a few football purists to want Man U to come back. Against my team, Liverpool, I want Liverpool to win.
Let's see how that's going to play out.
But at least if they can make a game out of it, then from there, Mourinho can start
ticking the boxes.
Because they told him, like you said, he needs a striker now. It's a problem.
Right, that's the next big story that Ruben Amorim has told Manchester United Chiefs that he cannot wait until the summer to land Swedish striker Victor Gyökeres. A reporter has claimed the Sporting Lisbon forward achieved remarkable scoring feat on the Red Devils boss at the Portuguese giant and has been linked with a move to Old Trafford. Meanwhile, Joshua Zirkzee is angling and Marcus Rashford. These are 2 players that are likely to leave in the January transfer window. How do you see that coming out? Even though Rashford has declared that he's not making their moves for Zirkzee, do you think he's leaving too early, not wanting to fight for his position? He came to Manchester United. He was in Bologna. Bologna is not in the same level as Manchester United.
Exactly. I think he's overreacting. They talk to him and calm him down.
Because he has this touch of Berbatov.
Exactly. He has that silky grace.
Yes, yeah.
We see it when he plays for the Orania, the Dutch.
Yes,
We've seen it when he played in the Dutch league and in Germany and other places. So he needs to calm down. That's where he has to develop balls of steel. As for Sir Rashford, I think he should find somewhere else to go, preferably maybe to Paris Saint-Germain.
But do you think it's a discipline issue that he has? He has lost concentration of the game. That's why he's having these issues, or just loss of form that is lasting too long?
Loss of form and clearly there's something going. Rashford is not known to be someone that is indisciplined. He hasn't really had.
Aside from that particular issue he had a season during under Ten Hag.
Yes, he's definitely not. He's troubled. There's a psychological problem.
No, they also told his split with his okay, that's he did split with his girlfriend. That's actually Rashford has a different issue, I guess.
So obviously, there's a lot on his mind. He has invested so much in that relationship, and it's for some reason it's. For some people, what they do is when that kind of thing happens, they channel their energies into the game. It seems to have a boomerang effect on him. If he cannot find his solace in Manchester United, then he should go to a different. I believe he should leave England, because if he cannot go to Man City, of course he can go to Liverpool.
What about Arsenal?
Arsenal, funny enough, if he were to go to Arsenal, I feel he might do well there, because his style of football actually play. But for me, it's an institutional thing for Manchester United. If they get the Swedish man all fair and good, Isaacson or whoever, let them just work on that institutional feeling. It is really telling on the team now.
Very sad commentary. Let's take one more talking point. Look at Dani Olmo. He's in the news this morning as La Liga have removed Dani Olmo and Paul Victor from Barcelona list of registered players after the club failed to meet the deadline. Olmo only joined Barcelona from RB Leipzig in the summer in a £15 million deal, but could only be registered on a temporary arrangement until the end of 2024. Barcelona, Olmo is such a quality player. We saw him in Euros. He was one of the key players for Spain, just like Rodri was. Why is he hell bent on staying with Barcelona? And why are teams like Manchester United, Man City, as I know they have indicated interest, but no strong approach has been made? Are they doubting his suitability?
Well, you know, when he played for Leipzig, he did quite well. Then when he played for La Roja at the Euros,
super
fantastic. He was, in fact, for me, his goal, that second goal against France, the technique.
From the leg to the other was reminded me of Samson Siasia.
I am telling you, it has stopped. It's one of the football memories I have for 2024. For Barcelona, the style of play of Barcelona suits him, but you know, Barcelona is having both internal and external challenges, and I understand they want to look for that money to keep him there. He doesn't want to go. He's happy in Barcelona. He likes the team. He likes the atmosphere. And you know, they had started so well at the beginning of the season. I don't know what has suddenly happened to them. They've come up the rails. They've slipped to third. And I know if Olmo is all good and running, he will play a key role in sustaining the push of Barcelona. So for him, like Zubimendi of Sociedad, I think he doesn't want to leave Spain. You know, there are some players like that for football cultural reasons, they will not want to see them going to England. Francesco Totti, for instance, when he
never left Italy.
Alessandro Del Piero. These were fantastic players. They would have walked into any team, either Barcelona or Real, but they refused to. For footballing reasons, they just prefer playing in Italy. So I think for Olmo, at this point in time, having tasted football in Germany, I think he'd rather just stay in Spain. So it's just to be seen what will happen with Barcelona.
Alright, that's how we're going to call it a wrap on today's edition of Program Talk Sport. Time is off. We've got a lot of other stories to discuss. Hopefully, who knows, in the coming days, tomorrow next, we might just still have Dixon join us again to look at other very interesting talking points making the rounds. Dixon, thank you very much for joining me in the studios. Alright, that's how we call it a wrap on today's edition of Program Talk Sports. My name is Anthony Momodu, King of Sports. Let's do this again tomorrow. We'll bring you other big stories making the rounds.